creatures. And after everything you and your awful kind put him through, too.
It's the first new mainline Onimusha in almost 20 years, and the reveal gave fans a clear look at how the series is coming back. This time, you step into the role of a legendary swordsman using the Oni Gauntlet, a mystical weapon that lets you cut through demons and tap into hidden powers. The game leans into precise swordplay. You'll be timing parries, landing counters, and using special vision abilities to spot threats. The developers also made it clear this isn't a hardcore Souls-like. Instead, it's a return to classic Onimusha action, designed to be challenging but still approachable. The game is set to launch in 2026. For longtime fans, seeing Onimusha back on stage at TGS was one of the standout reveals of the entire show.
So, this gauntlet is for you. You pop this on, you get the power of the Oni, and you'll be back topside.
I walk the path of the sword on my strength alone. I don't need some monster's power.
The power of the Oni is all that's sustaining your life. That's an Oni gauntlet.
Musashi!
Gunyu!
This thing's made me so damn strong.
Musashi.
If I take this gauntlet off, I'll be a bloody mess on the floor anyway.
This isn't what you promised, Gauntlet.
My troop was attacked, and one of our members is missing. Save this world.
What in the... Get a hold of yourself! Are you a man or a beast? Getting strong because of some gauntlet. That's not strength.
I'm gonna eat all the souls you got in there.
Turns out, Miyamoto Musashi was just a brute with a sword after all.
Being tough isn't enough. A warrior meditates on what strength really means. Enjoying your new toys, I see.
Guardian!
Hey, Musashi.
I'm Wolverine. Been fighting longer than I can remember. I'd like to say I'm not a violent man. That trouble just has a way of finding me. But I'd be lying.
Marvel's Wolverine ended up being one of the most talked about moments at Tokyo Game Show 2025. Insomniac came through with a new trailer that finally showed more of Logan in action and gave fans a real release window. The trailer showed a mix of locations like Madripoor, Canada, and Tokyo, with Wolverine taking on enemies in close quarters combat. The focus was on quick, straightforward action, with his claws used just as you'd expect. The reveal also teased familiar faces from Marvel's universe, including Mystique, Omega Red, the Reavers, and even Sentinels. All of it ties into a story digging into Logan's past. Insomniac confirmed the game is set for fall 2026 as a PS5 exclusive. Seeing Wolverine get this treatment with heavy story focus and combat that doesn't hold back made the reveal one of the biggest takeaways from the show.
I've heard about this place. A long time ago, there was a village here that disappeared during a festival. And people who get lost in the woods are called to the village. Do you think this is... What happened?
The ritual will begin soon.
Everyone's dead. Mia, no, stay back, run away.
Capcom finally gave a clear look at the Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly remake. The new trailer showed off sharper visuals, updated audio, and smoother controls, all while keeping the same eerie atmosphere from the original. One nice touch they added is the ability to hold hands with Mayu while exploring, something the original developers had planned years ago but couldn't implement. The camera obscura also has new options like focus and zoom filters, making Ghost encounters feel more interactive and tense. The remake is scheduled for early 2026, giving players across platforms a chance to revisit the classic. For longtime Fatal Frame fans, it's a big step. Not just a visual upgrade, but a chance to play a classic with modern improvements and small details that make the experience feel fresh again. Seiros was one of the real standouts at Tokyo Game Show 2025. It's coming from Housemarque, the team behind Returnal. What makes it different is the mix of roguelike runs with permanent upgrades. Every time you die, the world shifts and enemies change, but you keep building up weapons and tools. It's not just starting from zero again, which is something a lot of players wanted after Returnal. Combat looks fast and tactical, especially with the Soltari shield. You can absorb enemy shots and fire them right back. They also showed a second chance system, where if you're about to go down, you actually get one more shot to keep the run going. The trailer shown at TGS had a ton of energy, giving a clear look at both the atmosphere and the combat flow. And yeah, it's already locked in with a release date. March 20th, 2026, exclusive to PlayStation 5 and also tuned for the PS5 Pro.
It always comes back to this. This world. This moment. This choice. Every time the sun dies, madness reigns. Then everything begins again. But after every death, I always come back stronger. I know that you are here, and I will find you.
Project Evil 5.
Oh, righteous! And after everything you and your awful kind put him through, too.
It's the first new mainline Onimusha in almost 20 years, and the reveal gave fans a clear look at how the series is coming back. This time, you step into the role of a legendary swordsman using the Oni Gauntlet, a mystical weapon that lets you cut through demons and tap into hidden powers. The game leans into precise swordplay. You'll be timing parries, landing counters, and using special vision abilities to spot threats. The developers also made it clear this isn't a hardcore Souls-like. Instead, it's a return to classic Onimusha action, designed to be challenging but still approachable. The game is set to launch in 2026. For longtime fans, seeing Onimusha back on stage at TGS was one of the standout reveals of the entire show.
So, this gauntlet is for you. You pop this on, you get the power of the Oni, and you'll be back topside.
I walk the path of the sword on my strength alone. I don't need some monster's power.
Real standouts at Tokyo Game Show 2025. It's coming from Housemarque, the team behind Returnal. What makes it different is the mix of roguelike runs with permanent upgrades. Every time you die, the world shifts and enemies change, but you keep building up weapons and tools. It's not just starting from zero again, which is something a lot of players wanted after Returnal. Combat looks fast and tactical, especially with the Soltari shield. You can absorb enemy shots and fire them right back. They also showed a second chance system, where if you're about to go down, you actually get one more shot to keep the run going. The trailer shown at TGS had a ton of energy, giving a clear look at both the atmosphere and the combat flow. And yeah, it's already locked in with a release date. March 20th, 2026, exclusive to PlayStation 5 and also tuned for the PS5 Pro.
It always comes back to this. This world. This moment. This choice.
Every time the sun dies, madness reigns. Then everything begins again. But after every death, I always come back stronger. I know that you are here, and I will find you.
Project Evil Bane made a strong showing at Tokyo Game Show 2025. It's a third-person co-op action game from Netmarble, running on Unreal Engine 5. What caught people's attention was how smooth the combat looked. You can swap between melee and ranged weapons on the fly instead of being locked into one style. The trailer also highlighted big co-op boss fights where teams need to coordinate, plus a system called Heavenstone. It's basically a special ability that lets you turn the tide when things get rough, and it looks designed for team synergy. Netmarble says PC will come first in the second half of 2026, while the Xbox Series X or S version is lined up for 2027. With its mix of weapon switching, flashy skills, and team-focused design, Project Evil Bane looks like one of the more promising new co-op titles shown at the event.
We will hold the line until you foul creatures are raised from this world.
I'm starting to see why I was sent to you. You might be the key.
Project Retrograde is a story-driven action game from Inversity Gameworks. It's set in an underground post-apocalyptic world twisted by an ancient parasite called Luca. Back in 1995, the Project Retrograde initiative failed, and the parasite spread, breaking the underground world apart. You play as a bounty hunter linked to that parasite, which gives you the ability to absorb combat memories from different hosts. That's how you unlock new fighting styles and skills along the way. The game also has environmental systems to mess with. There's something called the Lux system that lets you change underground weather, and you'll be climbing towers and exploring broken civilizations to uncover what's been hidden for decades. It's announced for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series. But there's no release date yet. Nioh 3 showed up as one of the biggest surprises at Tokyo Game Show 2025. Team Ninja gave fans a new look at the game with a trailer and fresh gameplay on PS5. The reveal confirmed a couple of key changes. You can now fight using two styles, Samurai for the more traditional Nioh pace, or Ninja for quicker, more agile combat. The stages are designed as open fields this time, which gives you more freedom to explore compared to the older, linear layouts. Story-wise, the focus is on Tokugawa Takechiyo, a descendant of Tokugawa Ieyasu, who has to go up against his brother Kunimatsu, now leading yokai forces. It sets up a clear human versus supernatural conflict that fits the series. For release timing, they locked in early 2026 on PS5 and PC, marking the first time a Nioh game will ship on both platforms at launch.
How foolish of you to have entered the depths of hell!
Who might you be, warrior?
Tokugawa Takechiyo.
Digimon Storytime Stranger was one of the standout reveals at TGS 2025. Bandai Namco brought playable demos to their booth, letting players explore the digital world's central town and test their skills in a boss fight. The demo matches what was seen earlier. You move between the human world and the digital world, raise a variety of Digimon, and battle in a turn-based system. The game emphasizes the bond between humans and Digimon and ties into a deeper mystery about how the world collapsed. One cool part is that your save data from the demo carries over to the full game, so the progress you make early on won't go to waste. They officially confirmed the release for October 3rd, 2025. Given all that, demo access, save transfer, huge Digimon roster, it was clearly one of the heavier revelations at TGS 2025.
Not easily tread upon. Inori Misono and Agiomon, the most plausible source of the anomaly. From this moment forward, they're to be recognized as Class A anomalies. Go at once and eliminate Agiomon, along with Inori Misono.
The natural laws of the world have already begun to break down. Seek comrades willing to face destiny beside you. The time of the world's end draws near. When all the clock's lamps are lit, the truth shall be revealed. A story about the natural laws of the world is about to begin.
Painted in Blood stood out at Tokyo Game Show 2025 as a new retro-style horror FPS. It's developed by Madcraft and published by Perp Games. The game combines classic first-person shooter elements with horror. You'll face grotesque monsters, intense combat, and unpredictable horror events as you explore a twisted world. It's got a sanity system that changes visuals or gameplay depending on how you act. It leans into pixel art visuals, but powered with modern tech. So layers of old-school style plus new features. Right now, it's slated to launch in early access on October 23rd, 2025 on PC. No word yet on console versions or a full release date. Given its mix of horror, retro FPS flavor, and dynamic systems, Painted in Blood is definitely one of those reveals at TGS that got people talking. Arc Raiders made a solid impact at Tokyo Game Show 2025. Developed by Embark Studios, it's a third-person extraction shooter with a twist. You compete against both bots and other players. The game's set in a future Earth where ARC machines rule the surface, pushing humanity underground. When you gear up as a raider, you'll head topside, the surface, for about 30 minutes each mission. There, you'll scavenge loot, fight hostile robots, and maybe run into other raiders. If you die before extracting, you lose what you collected. It's set to release on October 30th, 2025. Embark is also running a Server Slam open beta from October 17th to 19th, letting anyone try it out before the full launch. Between the high risk of raids, loot mechanics, PvPvE mix, and cross-platform support, Arc Raiders easily ranks among the more ambitious reveals at TGS 2025.
You can choose to raid the caravan, or you can choose to guard it. This is a game where
Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection was one of Capcom's major reveals at Tokyo Game Show 2025. They dropped a long gameplay trailer showing how the game is mixing classic turn-based RPG elements with more open exploration. In the story, the game is set in two kingdoms, Azuria and Vermeil, and a strange phenomenon called the Crystal Encroachment is turning monsters to stone. Gameplay improvements include more freedom to move and switch monsters mid-air, platforming during exploration, and new mechanics like Synchro Rush, which lets party members coordinate attacks. Capcom confirmed the game will release on March 13, 2026. With its shift toward bigger worlds, deeper RPG mechanics, and a story that lets new players jump in fresh, Stories 3 was definitely one of the memorable reveals at TGS 2025.
Adventure would you have us undertake? A homecoming beyond the Meridian, the Sacrosanctum.
Listen, you should really succeed the throne. I know it's the last thing you want, but a ruler as kind as you would ensure peace for a generation, maybe even longer.
The Rathalos! I can't believe they'd bring it here!
Pragmata was easily one of Capcom's biggest showings at Tokyo Game Show 2025. After years of silence, they finally brought back a new demo that gave a real look at how the game actually plays. You control Hugh, working together with an android girl named Diana inside a lunar research station that's gone dark. Diana isn't just a companion. She hacks into systems, exposes enemy weak points, and helps you open new paths, while Hugh handles the shooting and traversal with his gear. The combat blends third-person shooting with movement powered by thrusters, plus real-time hacking sequences where Diana disables defenses. Capcom confirmed it's still on track for a 2026. Considering how long people thought this project might be stuck, the TGS reveal proved that Pragmata is still a major priority, and one of Capcom's biggest upcoming titles.
Hey, D.I.
I said I am D.I.
Okay. Look, how about we call you Diana?
Diana?
One of the biggest reveals at Tokyo Game Show 2025 was Ninja Gaiden 4. Team Ninja, working with Platinum Games, is bringing this legendary series back, with release set for October 21st. The story takes place in Tokyo, devastated by the Dark Dragon's power. Dark, rainy miasma everywhere. You know, really heavy atmosphere. Players will meet a new character, Yakumo from the Raven Clan, while Ryu Hayabusa is still here and fully playable. Gameplay introduces wires and rails for fast movement, difficulty modes ranging from hero mode up to the brutal master ninja, plus a full training system. With all these features, Ninja Gaiden 4 stands out as a true highlight of TGS 2025. But the real question is, will it deliver the comeback fans have been waiting for?
Dark Dragon is mine.
Among the reveals at Tokyo Game Show 2025, Gungrave Gore Blood Heat stood out right away. The series is known for its wild third-person shooting, and this time, developer Igimob isn't just polishing the old game. They're rebuilding it fully in Unreal Engine 5. The difference shows with sharper visuals, stronger lighting, smoother animations, and reworked cutscenes. Combat has been overhauled too. Instead of the old 8-direction setup, you now have full 360-degree control, with enemies acting smarter and fights feeling more dynamic. Graves still carries his trademark twin pistols, Cerberus, and the huge Death Hauler coffin. But now there are environmental interactions and new effects that make each battle hit harder. The remake is confirmed for PS5, Xbox Series X/S, and PC, but the release date hasn't been announced yet. The real test will be whether Blood Heat can honor the legacy of the original while bringing in a whole new audience.
Hey, I have 2 weeks off next month, and I'm looking for somewhere fun to go. Any recommendations?
君は生きるんだ。
Jet lag. Gets me every time.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
With respect, Mom. To hell with that.
Tell me, what do you do, James?
Lately, headhunting.
Now, here it is. The #1 reveal at Tokyo Game Show 2025. 007 First Light. IO Interactive is starting a brand new James Bond origin story. Bond here is just 26 years old. He's younger, raw, and still learning when to fight and when to disappear into the shadows. The game brings back familiar names like M, Q, and Moneypenny. It also introduces new characters. Gameplay mixes stealth with car chases, spy gadgets, and choices that shape how missions play out. The TGS demo showed cinematic visuals and a variety of locations that give each mission its own style. The release is set for March 27, 2026 on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, and PC. Pre-orders are open, with deluxe editions that add early access, outfits, and extra gear. With everything revealed so far, First Light looks like it could set a new standard for Bond games.